What's up, Fet Life people? This is episode number 12 of This is Fet Life, where I bring you a new interview with a Fet Life influencer every single week. This week I grabbed a beer by the beach here in Bali with wet_undies. She's a 23-year-old self-described bisexual sub living here in Indonesia, and she's Muslim, so we talk all about that shit. And this conversation came literally a few hours after we got out of a 36-hour kink party. So listen in as we talk crazy Muslim sex myths, why butt sex is the best sex, that time she became a sex doll for a day, real Indonesian sluts, her favorite types of orgasms, threesomes, foursomes, moresomes, and much more. So please welcome wet_undies. So here we are, facing the threat of death from wild dogs with wet_undies.
Wet undies.
Here in Bali.
Yes, I'm feeling the wetness right now.
Why are we surrounded by wild, rabid dogs?
I don't know. You take me to this place,
Yeah.
which I kind of scares me.
Very dangerous place.
Yes. I don't know.
So anyway, let's talk about you.
Okay.
So we were just in a silent retreat of your making.
Yeah.
You were the organizer.
Yes, I'm the. Yeah.
Okay. And so this was a Balinese tradition.
Yeah.
Where the whole island, so the Bali, Indonesia, the whole island like shuts down for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to go out on the streets. You're not allowed to turn on lights in your house. You're not allowed to watch TV, play music, anything loud. You just have to be like really quiet and just stay in your house for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of kinky people together. In a villa.
Yeah.
In like a little place with 3 rooms. And you invited me, which was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you have the idea to do that?
Oh, well, this is my first time in Bali too, not really celebrating, but then like...
Because you're from Jakarta originally.
I'm from Jakarta. I'm not a Hindu,
big-ass capital city. Yep.
So this is my first time celebrating Nyepi, and I thought like, okay, since there's not gonna be internet, there will be electricity, but then like the whole street is gonna be dark. And I thought there's not going to be television. You can't turn on your TV. And so I thought, why, instead of just staying at home by myself, alone, boring, not doing anything. So I thought, maybe I'm just going to organize this thing. We're just gathering friends and have fun, you know, because we can talk and play. And
in the future, are you going to have more girls at these events? Because it was just you and 27 guys. So it turned out, it was technically a gangbang. So you just organized your own gangbang.
Yeah, that was the plan, but nothing happened.
I'm kidding. There were what, 3 girls? And
nothing
was it 4 or 5 guys?
6 guys.
6 guys.
3 girls. Yeah. No expectation. I didn't organize a gangbang. I didn't organize an orgy. It's just like, hey guys, let's get
some
together. Exactly.
Because a lot of people, like some 1 person, 2 people, not like 3 or 4 people live here, and the other ones were just passing through.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's just sort of like a collection of people.
Yeah.
In the kink scene.
Yeah.
So because you like sort of become a organizer in the kink scene here in Canggu.
Yeah.
Canggu is a part of Bali. It's like the hipster part of Bali.
Yeah.
So you were saying that like it sort of died down for a while, the community, and then now it's like back on the rise.
Yeah, well, people say my friend who's already in the kink community say that 2 years ago there are a lot of people, and then sometimes they do like munch, but they never do any party or like get together munch, just like munch, and then it's getting boring, and then people like come and go, and it was dead for like 2 years. And then now it's getting back on. So yeah, and I'm also new in this community. I just joined it for like 6 months now.
Wow.
So yeah, 5. Yeah, I don't know.
Thrust into the leadership.
Yes.
All right. Let me ask you a more specific question.
Okay.
So I think your newest kink was being tied up all day and used as a toy 11 days ago. Why 11 days ago?
What do you mean 11 days ago?
11 days ago, you updated your profile with that. Before you didn't have that. So what happened 11 days ago?
Did you really stalk my...
I'm stalking the shit out of you.
You're
all kinds
stalking my bio on my Fet Life. Like
hardcore.
11 days ago, this girl wrote this, and then now is this girl changing.
Hardcore.
I didn't change that part where I didn't change that use me like a toy. No, I changed the part where the BDSM test, because apparently it changes when I took the new test.
No, it's like integrated, so you take the test and then it updates your fetishes
the,
automatically. That's
you
not
know
true.
You know this thing called BDSMtest.org?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so then that's where you get to know yourself.
Okay.
And then I think the first time I did that test was like 7 months ago.
Okay.
And I just decided, probably I need to take a new test.
Okay,
and
so
then,
11 days ago you retook it.
I retook it.
And then based on that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I changed.
Okay, so have you ever been tied up and used all day like a toy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Apparently, yeah, and it was fun.
Tell me more about that. When was the first time that happened to you? And like all day is all day?
Well, I'm a sub, right? So
Yeah.
then I have this dom coming into Bali a few weeks ago, and then he said to me, "Okay, let's meet for for cocktails or for drinks, and then from there, let's see what happens." And then I wanna get to know you better, and
Right.
then from there we just talk about the likes, dislikes, and all that kind of thing, and then from there. I think we get that click. And then the next day he said to me, "Okay, book this villa." And then okay, we did book the villa, and then we just stayed there for 2 nights, and it's just so intense. We just go out for 8. So yeah, pretty much I've become a sex slave and used like a toy. I feel so dirty now. Makes me wet.
So you would be tied up to the bed or to the wall or something?
Tied up to the bed, because this bed has this frame, wood frame, and so yeah, that's
used for mosquito nets, traditionally, right?
Yeah. And so from there, because he's a rigger, so yeah.
All right. Cool. So you would just be tied up for how long? Like at one time?
I don't know, probably 2 hours or something.
And then he would just ignore you for most of it, and then you just come over and fuck you? Something like that?
Usually what we did was so it's the tying thing can be just appetizer, before we get to the sex.
Mm-hmm.
So he just tied me up, and then probably giving me some spanks or collecting my saliva, because apparently we both like something sloppy and wet. So yeah, things like that. And then slapping my tits, stuff like that.
Would he just ignore you also?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Did you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. For just stay here. I'm gonna be back.
And then how long?
Only for a few minutes.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, that was our first time, and then the second time, it's sort of like that, but much more intense. So.
Interesting. What was your favorite thing about the silent retreat?
What's interesting? Probably meeting you.
You're so nice. You're the best guest ever. Because I'm amazing. Anyway, next question. So 13 days ago, you went from curious about receiving candle wax to into receiving candle wax. So you were like, yeah, maybe I'm curious, to like that.
Yeah, so then
Was this the same episode? The same guy?
No, not really. I was curious about candle
wax.
Yeah, candle wax. I was curious about that. Like the first time I'm on FetLife, I never
because you see a lot of photos, and in the photos it looks amazing for sure.
I wasn't.
So you're
I
curious.
never experienced something like that, and then at first, okay, maybe
thing.
just curious about it. But then when I try it, well, I'm into it. So yeah.
All right. Well, tell me more. Jesus.
It's just I like.
No, when was it? Tell me the specifics. First time you tried it.
The first time I tried it was with my friend, apparently. So.
Apparently? Is apparently your friend? He might be your friend. My tentative friend. We're not sure.
Can I say a name in here?
Maybe a FetLife name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a FetLife / real name.
Okay.
Well, the first time I was with this guy called Ko. I think Bali community know him because he's this rope expert. But then we were just playing, you know. We didn't have sex, but then like we were just having fun, and then like he tied me, and then he said, "What else do you want to try?" And then I'm like, I kind of curious about wax play, and then he said, "I have a wax." So then that's the first time.
Like a 7-foot candle. You're like, oh my god.
Not that big. It's just like a colorful candle.
Yeah.
And then he said, let's, play some game and then guess the color of the candle. Okay. Because his theory was the lighter the candle, the lighter the color, the more, the less hot it is.
Okay.
That's what he said. And then I'm like, so he closed my eyes. And then I just guessed the color, and then I'm like,
so paint the picture for us. So, are you tied up at this time?
I tied up, yeah. I was tied up.
Are you suspended?
No, not suspended.
Were you tied to a chair?
I was tied to a box.
To a box?
Yeah, like he has this huge box where it fills with his sex toys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like tied over like hog tied or whatever, like where your face is down, your back is up?
I was on my back, lying on my back.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Just like the wax just goes.
So your arms are like down towards the floor.
The box, yeah.
So your hands are like touching the floor almost.
Yeah, not really because the box is high.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But your arms are like hanging down.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you're like your belly is super exposed and like your tits are super exposed.
Yeah.
All right. So then what happened? So you're tied up. He blindfolds you.
Yeah, he blindfolded me, and then
your belly's
just like
exposed.
And then he starts to melt the candle on my body, and then he's like, "Oh, what's the color?" And I'm like, "White," and it's like, "No, wrong." And I was like, how am I supposed to know? You can be lying. And then he said, yeah, that's the fun of it.
Okay.
I don't know, we probably just like messing around, but then I kept guessing, and then sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong.
Is he like hitting you if you do it wrong?
Yeah, when I do it wrong, he hit me with a cane. That was also the first time somebody hit me with a cane. I think that's kind of like my hard limit, and then from there I basically know my limits from there, that I don't really like cane, because the next day it's just bruises everywhere. Yeah.
Where'd you get hit?
On my thigh. Yeah.
Like the top of your thighs?
Top of my thighs. Yeah.
How'd it feel?
What?
How'd it feel? Just really painful? Screaming?
Of course I screamed, but yeah, it's painful, but then the next day it's not really, I mean, I can still see the bruises, but it's not that it's not that hurt anymore. But yeah.
So were you like covered with wax at the end of it?
Covered.
How do you get that shit off?
Hot shower.
Really? It just comes off?
Yeah, it just comes off.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at those photos.
And then from
like
there,
on FetLife, I'm like, they're just covered in wax. Like,
yeah.
How does, like, because if you get wax in your hair, you're fucked.
If you play with a BDSM wax, it's actually really easy to take it off. So you need a special wax to do that, not like just a regular wax.
Gotcha.
Don't ever use a scented candles or like that aromatherapy candle, because it's not good for your skin. It's too hot. Yeah.
Tell me about threesomes.
Yeah. What about it?
Why are they so delicious? First, 2 guys and a girl, or 2 girls and a guy? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer 2 girls and 1 guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you're bisexual.
I'm bisexual. Yeah, I like girls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I prefer that because it's much more fun. And for me, it's not much of pressure. Well, the thing is, before I do the threesome, I just need to make sure that girl wants to play with me, because otherwise it's going to be boring. So, yeah. I like that. I like Moresome. Like, it's just fun to do it with a lot of people.
Just limbs everywhere. Legs.
Yeah, just like pussy, dicks.
Yes.
Yeah, which dicks I want to suck. So then I can choose. No, but yeah, it's
fun.
How many
dicks have you serviced at the same time?
2.
2?
Yeah, I only have a threesome once with like male, female. Yeah.
So is the Moresome more of a fantasy right now?
What, more dicks?
Yeah, like have you done
gangbangs?
Yeah, I mean, well, not like a gangbang, but have you done something with like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 people?
I did have like an orgy, but I didn't surface one by one. Only surface one guy, but then the next bed, next to my bed, they fucking, and then it's an orgy. But then I didn't surface one of them.
Just little subcultures of fucking going on. It's not just one big happy fuck.
Yeah. It's a happy place.
What's the deal? Like, so it seems like orgies are not very kinky generally.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the deal with that? Why is that? What's that about?
With an orgy?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just fun hearing someone screaming and you screaming and then like everyone's screaming.
Yeah, but why can't like candle wax and ropes? Why can't that be part of it? You know.
It can be part of it, maybe, but
or like canes and like do this, do that.
Well, yeah, it can be, but I never experienced something like that.
Yeah.
Haven't yet.
Maybe it's just more complicated.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess when you get a lot of people involved, you need to keep it simple.
Yeah. Just like, hey, let's fuck, and that's it. But I think if you want to do something like that, you really need to talk about it at first. Like, okay,
that's a lot to manage.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when you do an orgy, it's just when you want to do something like an orgy, it's just like let things flow. So see what happens. I never expect something. So no expectations.
Yeah. Have you ever played in Jakarta?
No, I don't know what's the scene in Jakarta though. No.
Are you gonna go back there and try it out?
Yeah, I will, and probably in April. But I don't know if I'm going to have a scene there. But I would really love to see how's the scene in there. So, yeah.
Is it big? Do you know?
People say it's not really that big. Bali is bigger. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about exhibitionism, sex in public, voyeurism. You're very much into that.
Which I surprise.
Yeah.
But about exhibitionism, I don't mind when people see me having sex, or like when people see
don't mind or you like it?
I don't mind. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's like I feel sexy, Yeah. It's kind of like low key.
So you do like it?
Oh, I feel dirty. Yeah, I sort of like it. Voyeur, I like seeing people having sex. Yeah, it kind of turned me on. And what else?
When was the last time you watched like public sex in public?
Maybe at the last orgy. That's all. But that's not public. It's in a private room.
Okay.
Yeah, I never saw someone having sex in public.
When was the last time that you saw somebody have sex? Because it wasn't at this.
What?
We just get bitten by ants.
Yeah, probably.
Oh God. Because like the last, like the silent retreat, I think no. So.
Yeah. No.
So before that.
Before that, yeah.
When?
A month ago, like on Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Masquerade party.
Yes. Yeah, that one.
Did you like that?
Seeing.
I guess you left early, right?
No. This one I didn't leave early. I even stay in that villa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the masquerade. It's not a masquerade party. It's a Valentine's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the third.
That's
the third play party that we arrange.
All right. You had to wear black, and sort of like sexy, classy stuff.
Yeah, I just like wear costume, like show yourself who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you dress as?
I was dressed in like a lace dress and with the stocking, and that's it.
Do you have any interesting stories from that party? Any interesting ones?
So at that party, after the shibari performance, nothing really happened, and then I just say to my friends like, so what's gonna happen next? Maybe we need some desserts. And then I was sitting on the table, like we had this big table. When it's the place where we put our foods, and then we're like, because the food is already empty, it's already finished, and I'm like, maybe we should have dessert. And then my friend said to me, yeah, maybe you should be the dessert. And I'm like, okay, I was just kidding, it's just an idea. So then he started to clean the table, and then and then he's like, now lay down. And I was just laying there. Kind of scary, but then like some of my friends just like get into me, and then they started to play with me, and then I'm like, dessert would be much more better if you put some ice on it. And then they're like, yes, ice. And then they just take the ice from the bar. And then, they just start to play with me. And then people watch me. So, yeah.
How many people were playing with you?
1, 2, 3, 4. 2 guys, 2 girls. Yeah.
And then do they go down on you, like one by one?
Yeah, they lick my pussy. They touch my pussy. They finger me. They play with my nipples, stuff like that. I'm the dessert, basically. Then people watch me. Yeah, it's good. I mean that I think that's the exhibitionism part of me. That, I like that.
So some people would say for you it's like
yeah.
Get on the table.
Why not?
Sure.
Because nothing happened at the time, and probably people bored with parties. So then, I just play with.
Yeah, you're happy to help.
Yeah, just make it more fun.
And then I think we talked about this before. Like you had sex with 30 people, or at that party. At that party? No, I'm just kidding. It was only one guy.
Don't
right?
make gossip.
It was only one guy.
So it was only one guy. Yeah.
Okay.
It was only one guy.
So I'm kind of surprised by that.
Okay.
I thought it'd be more.
What are you expecting?
It's like it's like a lot of people. I just thought it'd be more.
Don't expect.
I just thought it'd be more.
Maybe. In the future, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
No, that's fine. No, it's cool. But so for you, is it more like if you make a connection with somebody, then you just sort of like stick with that person or something like that, or how does it work for you?
I'm a poly, I like having connections with people, with a guy or with a girl, and then I wouldn't mind to have another connection with another people, but then still keeping that person in my life. So
but like in a party context. It was like there's just one guy who interested you, basically?
Because at that party, basically everyone already had a partner, and so okay, I'm just gonna pick this guy. I was single. I was just by myself in that party. So then this guy also just by himself. So then okay, we just get together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a lot of swapping going on, or like orgy sort of stuff, or no?
Yeah, orgy, but not a lot of swapping. I didn't swap with anyone.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but then another couple, they swap. Yeah. I didn't really see. So.
All right. No, it's good because when I think about this party,
Have you ever been to any orgy?
I've been to sex parties, but there was zero kink context. Okay. It was just a sex party.
Okay.
Yeah. So most was 15 people. Yeah. This was 40 people or something, right?
45 people,
yeah,
but then the orgy probably only 10, 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
everybody else
some of them already
chilling.
Yeah.
Or left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because when I think about it, it's it's just a mass of it's like snakes just spinning all over each other, just wrestling.
Swapping. Okay, I'm bored with your dick, and then I'm gonna
just lights pulsing on and off.
Can I try yours?
Just screams, moans, slaps, sweat.
Because the problem was we don't want people to scream out loud, so we kind of scared that people that. I don't know. The neighbors are gonna knock at our doors because this is Bali. Basically, this is Indonesia where it's still taboo to talk about that. So yeah. You're kind of scared of that. So try to keep it safe.
Is that a problem for you? Staying quiet?
What?
Is that a problem for you? Staying quiet? Being quiet during sex?
Oh, it's hard for me. Definitely hard. I'm loud.
I take your wetness as consent. You're into everything about it as of 18 days ago.
Yes, so when you're in Fed Life, you just kind of you have all this list of fetishes, and then I saw this one particular taking wetnesses as your consent.
Yeah.
So I kind of
it's I know you don't mean it in the literal sense. Right?
Yeah.
It's not you walk up to somebody on the street, you grab their pussy, wet. All right. let's that's a yes.
It's creepy.
Like that's obviously not what you mean, but
no.
but there's part of it that's true, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't have to keep checking in. You don't have to be like, are you okay if I do this? Are you okay if I do that?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Do you please say I consent? Say those words before we continue.
But that fetish is it's just like when the guy see you wet and then he's like, I'm taking your wetness as a consent, and that's kind of like sexy to me.
Okay.
But that is only applied to someone who's already with me.
Right.
You know,
And
not like stranger guy and like, oh, you're wet. Come with me, and like, no.
Yeah, because you could still say no, but like you like the sound of it.
Yeah.
Where it's sort of like a play thing where it's like, he's like, oh, you're wet. I'm gonna use you.
Yeah,
you like this shit.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I know.
You know,
like I know you like it.
Like a mind fucked kind of thing. Like
But like if you didn't trust the guy, just be like, no.
It would be awkward.
Swipe left.
Yeah.
What else? What other scandalous shit can we talk about?
I don't know. You stalk me.
Yeah, no, I stalk you hard.
Stalker.
How often do you masturbate?
How often? Once a day, probably, or like 5 to 6 times a week. Yeah. Yeah.
When was the last time you masturbated?
6 March, so like 3 days ago. 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have seen you touching yourself over the
Where?
silent retreat. It's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but I didn't touch myself.
Like, was I? I'm a sub.
Maybe
I
you
go to a
just
thing called
did-
subspace, and I'm not responsible for my actions. So,
Maybe I was doing it unconsciously. Maybe.
so like 3 days ago, is it normally like a thing when you wake up, or it's whenever you're stressed, or like at night, or what?
I prefer to do it at night, but then when I'm feeling it in the morning, then I'm just gonna do it.
Do you toy it up, or do you finger it up, or do you like? What do you do? How do you get
I use
the
my
wet undies
pillow,
off?
my lovely bolster. I just grinding on my bolster, and it's fun. Yeah, it feels like you're with someone and just like fucking that pillow.
Did I tell you those things are called Dutch wives, like traditionally here in Indonesia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. So you're fucking your Dutch wife.
Yeah. But it's fun. I don't really like I like touching with my fingers, but then I don't know. I don't
like
really
vibration.
I don't like vibrators.
What's that about? Have you tried it?
Of course I've tried it.
Okay.
And it's just it makes your I like the feeling of it, like it tingling, but then over the time it kind of like you lose your sensation, you know. I prefer using a glass dildo, so it's better. Yeah, and it's fun and it's like hard, and like I can play with my G-spot because I have this curved glass dildo.
Yeah.
Which my friend gave me, and it's amazing. It's a life-changing experience. Yeah. So like I just like massage my G-spot with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer something like that.
Can you come just with that, or do you need clit stimulation also?
I can come just with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that more intense? Like, there's the whole like sort of clit orgasm versus G-spot orgasm thing. How do you feel about that? Like in your own personal experience.
For me, I like both orgasm, and both feels different. So yeah, every other time I like clitoris orgasm because clitoral orgasm is it's sort of I don't know. It makes you like. What do you call it? Like you just have the goosebumps and then just like
kind of shuddering.
Yeah, just like that. But then like G-spot is much more intense. I also like anal orgasm.
Really?
Yeah, it's much more intense than G-spot.
Wow.
For me, every time I do like if my partner like touching my using toys or like just fingering my anus, and then he fingers my G-spot at the same time, I can't feel my G-spot. I just feel my anus much more intense. So yeah, I like that. You know,
Awesome.
I have a lot of spots.
Like what makes you come from anal stimulation? Is it like fucking, like with a dick, or fingering?
Oh, with a dick is much more intense.
It's better?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
How long does it take you?
To come with, with the anal?
Yeah.
I don't know, in minutes. It's so quick.
Did I hold it? No, you're okay.
Okay. Yeah. In minutes. With anal, it's to me it's so fast. It's quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the feeling is so intense. So yeah. Then I can feel it in my pussy for some reason. I don't know.
Like the whole thing's just vibrating. Like,
It's just like everything just like on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your like most intense orgasm that you can have?
I think squirting also intense for me. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a different kind of intense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think about it? Like the feeling?
About what? Squirting?
Squirting versus anal versus vaginal versus clit. Like is squirting just like on the same spectrum?
Different spectrum.
Yeah.
Squirting, I get to release everything and then just like at the end.
Yeah.
It's like having that, okay, I want to come. And like just when you come and it bursts and it's just like, okay, that's done. With anal orgasm, nothing came. But then, like, you really feel it emotionally. You feel it, like, mentally. And then just, like, okay, I come and it feels so good. Like that. With clitoral, yeah, it's okay. Mm-hmm. Comparing to those two.
Uh-huh. For anal, like, do you want more? Because it seems like squirting, you're sort of like, oh, like...
Yeah, for anal, I want more.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, don't stop. Just
don't stop. With squirting, it's like you kind of have to stop, right? You can't just keep
yeah.
forever.
With squirting, it's like ejaculation for men, I guess. It's like you need to stop for a bit and then maybe start over the next time. But yeah, you need to stop for like take her ass.
When did you first get into kink? Like when, like at the very beginning, was there any, clue looking back on it that like, oh, I was kind of into this when I was younger, but I didn't know what to call it or something like that?
I feel like I am a sub, but like naturally, I just like the idea of being controlled and like, being told what to do. I like that idea. I think since I was, I don't know, in teenage years, because I love reading like erotica, and I love getting into that dominant submissive kind of thing, and it was just like I fantasize about it. But then the first time I tried it, I finally decided to like, okay, I'm brave enough to try this. It was when I was 3 years ago, so when I was 20. So yeah. Yeah, that's like the first time.
Okay.
I tried it. Yeah, it was good.
Had you already had sex at that time?
Yeah, I already had sex at that time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened that first time?
Well, I was with this guy, and then this guy is also having that fantasy, and then we're like, can we try? Yeah, sure, we can. And then, yeah, from there, I get to know what deep throat feel like, what, like, forcing someone to, like, holding your head and then just, like, having that deep throat thing. And yeah, that was the first time someone controlling me.
Okay, so it's kind of like rough sex, and you sort of let yourself go.
Like surrender.
Yeah, surrender.
Like surrendering. Yeah, I like that feeling.
What was sex like for you before that?
Vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah. And do that.
So you would kind of like talk a little bit during sex, and sort of like he would ask you what you like, or does it
probably
feel good?
like that. But I think also you just like go with the flow. Like we don't really talk about what do I like, what do you like, but kind of like, okay, just like penetration and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just boring.
Yeah. So now like what's on your list? Like what do you really want to try?
What do I?
Because you're still young, you're 23. Like you've got to have a lot of shit you want to try.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're just into this like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
That's nice. It's got sand sprinkled on us.
Yeah. What the hell? What do I want to try? I would like to try double penetration.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I haven't checked that I haven't checked that cross off my list. So
I think every girl should try that, like before you die.
have you tried that? Double penetrated someone.
I was in like a gangbang or whatever kind of thing. There was like 3 guys, and then the 4th guy was like kind of filming the whole thing because it was like her boyfriend or something like that. And yeah, there was double penetration, but I was the guy sticking it in her mouth. So, you know,
Okay.
I was triple penetration
Oh wow.
or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
But, you know, I was the mouth guy.
I have 3 holes, so fill me up. But yeah, that's like one of my lists that I still fantasize about it, and I don't know. It kind of like the thing that still scares you, but then you're kind of curious about it.
What scares you about it?
Because my anus is so small and tight, and then getting someone to like fucking my vagina and then fucking my ass at the same time, it kind of scares me because like, can I handle that? Because I know the feeling of getting an anal, and then it's just so intense, and then like, can I handle that? You know, but I'm curious. Maybe in the future. I don't plan that now. Maybe later.
What else?
What else? What else? Did I try everything?
I don't know. Up to like breath play or something like that.
I already did that.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe some sort of just play with the latex bed. Something like that.
Oh right, yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah,
where you're kind of like shrink wrapped.
Yeah. But it just popped in my mind. Maybe just to be with someone like 24/7 slave, and just like being in a cage and just like wait for me until I get back. Don't move and something like that. But yeah, I think it would be fun. But it's just like a one day kind of thing. I don't want to be a slave for the rest of my life. But I think I would love to do that. Yeah, just to try. Yeah.
Anything else come to mind on the list? No?
No.
You're still thinking. That's cute though.
Yeah.
All right. So, so what about like childhood? Like, did you, was there anything that like thinking back on it, it like sort of made you like the routine, the rules, the dominance? Like, was your family very strict? Was that part of it?
No, my family wasn't strict about it. We're talking really deep now, but my personal.
We going.
I don't know what makes me want to do that. No, I don't think it has to do something. I don't think it has to do with my childhood experience. No.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you were grew up in Jakarta.
Yeah.
Like Muslim.
Yeah.
Repressed, right? Pretty sexually repressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think? Like, because a lot of people growing up in this country in particular, like, how does it affect them? Like this culture of sort of repression.
We have a lot of myths towards sex. Like when you have sex, when the girl have sex, and when the girl is no longer a virgin, someone says that your boobs gonna sag, and then your butt gonna change, your body definitely gonna change. You know, you become this ugly, and then like I don't know, like not attractive anymore to guys, and then you're like, how are you gonna tell your potential husband, your husband not going to want you because you're a slut,
because you're a monster, you look like a monster.
No, because you already gave your virginity to someone else.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of myths towards that, and I'm like, I kind of want to test it. Like, is it true? Like, so the first time I did sex, it's kind of like experimental for me, because like I wanna debunk that myth. And yeah, after I had sex, nothing happened. My mom didn't know at the time I already not a virgin, no longer a virgin. So yeah, and then like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm not even bleeding. Nothing happened, and then the guy doesn't even know that I was a virgin. So then, what's the big deal about not being a virgin? So then, I kind of debunked that myth for myself, and like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So then, every myth that people talk about, it's just a myth. It's nothing real. So then, like, why you feel, guilty, or like why you feel like you're a sinner when you're having sex, because it's pleasure for me. And then from the first time, it's only like one night stand for me, and then after that it's like I want more, and then from there I become this experimental, and then I want to try new things and stuff, and now I get to the BDSM thing. Which I think it's for me.
Do you sometimes feel like you just want a one night stand, and you sort of like you, when you're looking for a guy for like the night or something like that, you're like, I just want a one night stand, and then you sort of like are looking for a guy that fits the box? Or are you more like you sort of put yourself out there, you see who's there, and then you sort of see where the relationship goes from there? Or do you try to fit people into like the one night stand box?
That depends. If I want to do a one night stand, I used to do a lot of one night stand before, like when I was, 21 or 22, because I just need that for the sake. I need that for the sake of my.
Need that what?
I just need a dick. I just want orgasm. I just want a dick, and that's all. That's why from there it's like the list just so fast, like so quick, and then the next thing I know is like I already fucked 30 dicks, and like okay, and where does it go? But now I'm like. I still like one night stand thing, but I prefer to have someone who like I can feel the connection where we talk about things, and then it's just like friends, like you
like
feel like
benefits.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not looking for something long term. For me, it's no expectation. Like I just let things go, and no pressure for me, because I change my mind so often. So I don't know. For me now, it's just like it's still one night stand probably, but
Have you kind of perfected your online profile at this point? Because most of your dating is online, right?
Yeah. Right. I always meet guys online.
Yeah. Have you changed your profile a lot and like tested different things, like try this picture?
No, but I like to add more pictures to my profile. Yeah, if I have a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any tips for people out there? Like, I want to do online dating.
If you want to do online dating, then just be yourself, basically. Be your fun self.
Jesus, that's the worst advice.
That's so cliche.
Yeah, it's like, terrible advice, actually.
Everyone knows.
Maybe for a girl, it's okay. If you're a hot young girl, just be yourself. If you're anything but that, like, try to put your best foot forward.
Well, but yeah, you can be yourself, but then you have to know what you want, with the online thing. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like boring. I mean, for me, for online dating, try to be fun on the first thing, on the first text. Like, don't say like, "Hey, Brian, what's up?" It's boring. Just say something about just read. First of all, just read his profile, and then just like, okay, what's interesting about his bio, and then talk something about that. So yeah.
Cool.
That could work.
And then, what's a good date for you?
Someone that I can get along with. Someone that I.
But like a pizza date, or like a like let's go to the water park and date, or like a movie date, or let's get in my car and drive around.
Let's get a drink.
Let's get a drink.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. Just like drinks, or like dinner, or I don't know, eat. Because I love pizza.
Who doesn't like pizza? So pizza and a drink, that'll get you out.
Drink. Yeah.
And then what does the guy have to say to get you back to his place? Like, hey, there's this Netflix comedy special that's hilarious. It's hilarious.
You sort of know when the guy wants to get you.
Yeah. When you see he has a dick, then you know, and he showed up on a date. 99% of the time, he's ready to fuck. Yes, you're right.
Just say something like, "So you want to go back to my place?" I think that would get me.
Yeah.
If I'm not into the guy, I'm gonna say, "Sorry, I'm busy." I don't think it's going well.
So really, like, nothing fancy. He's not like. Have you had some guys where you're like, how did we end up at your place? Like, how did this even happen?
The guy ended up in my place?
No, like you end up at his place. You're like, how did this even happen?
Maybe when I'm drunk. I didn't know shit.
Not like blackout drunk, but like he moved you very smoothly. you know?
Yeah.
You ever had something like that?
Did I ever have something like that?
It was never like, you want to go back to my place, and it was like sort of a, you know, like it's sort of like a big step to say yes. Was it ever something where it just happened so smoothly that you never really felt like you were
making it hard?
Yeah, he wasn't trying hard, and you never were like, you know, like hardcore saying yes. Did that ever happen to you?
I think I did. I don't know if it counts or not, but like I think this is my first time I basically have a real connection, not online dating, but then like I met this guy at the hostel, and then we kind of like, yeah, let's go party, and then like, yeah, because he's new in Canggu, and then we're like, you know, trying to get into the place to party, and then I told him, yeah, but it's boring in Canggu, let's go to La Favela. So then we went to La Favela, and then we went back, and then I thought, because I was staying at that hostel, but then like it's a separate bedroom, so girls, guys, and then like I thought we're just, you know, go home and sleep, but he's like, come with me. And then okay, I thought he's going to
that you're gonna like watch the stars or something, right?
I thought he's going to take me to his room, which it's only a hostel, you know, it's a bunk bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I gonna fit in this? Like, you know, he's tall and I'm small, and and like everyone can feel the shaking.
Yeah.
But then he said, come with me, and then we went upstairs, and then it's just like we just fuck in the what is it, like in the balcony?
Oh yeah, like the roof or whatever.
Yeah, the roof, like in the rooftop, and I'm like. And that's just went so smooth. I didn't expect that, but it happens.
Clever.
Yeah, I'm so cheap.
No.
I'm such a slut.
That's terrible. What do you think about that? Like, how do you relate to the word slut? Because most girls are like slut. You know, that like
it's
for
like
guys
offended.
Yeah, like for guys, like the thing they don't want to be called more than anything is like creepy, basically. And I think a lot of girls feel similarly about slut, but some girls are just like, yeah, I'm a slut. Like I like to hoe around.
I'm a proud slut.
Yeah, an ethical slut.
Right. I'm a proud slut. I don't think slut is a bad thing. I mean, I know what I want. I know what I want to do. So, like, slut for me is a compliment. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm a proud slut.
Okay. Do you ever feel? I don't know. Like, but give me more. Give me more. Like, do you ever like if you'd slept with like 5,000 people, would you be like, that's too much?
Are you kidding? 5,000 people?
Yeah,
where is that? Like in a festival, in a fuck festival or something? What the fuck?
Yes, a fuck festival. No, like if your number was like 5,000, or like somebody's number is like 5,000, you know, and they're not like a porn actress, they're just like they just slept with a lot of dudes. Be like,
congratulations, yeah? You know, good for you.
All right,
you know,
cool.
You get 5,000. If you don't have STD, then good for you. But if you do have STD, I'm sorry.
Go get your shot in the butt.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm fun with any numbers, you know. I don't think that it defines us as a person because I'm a slut, but I know how to be a good slut. I know how to be kind to people. I know how to treat people, you know. I'm not unethical.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's just like slut usually has these other connotations. Like you said, cheap, right? Like I'm cheap, like joking, right?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, they put slut and cheap together where they don't necessarily have to be that way.
Yeah.
Like they're not, right?
Yeah.
That's why you said it like joking, like cheap.
Yeah. Well, let people think what they think. I mean, I don't care. They don't know me in person, so why would I give a fuck? You know.
There you go. Zero fucks given. I'm a slut.
A proud slut.
Proud slut. Cool. Well, thank you for podcasting with me.
You are so very welcome.
Sharing your proud sluttiness.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks for listening, and I want to thank my sponsors. I'm just kidding. I don't have any sponsors. I'm just doing this to connect with people in kink because I'm pretty vanilla, and I want to figure out what all this kinky shit's about. If that resonates with you, join me on the journey and subscribe so you get all the next episodes. And you can also join in on the conversation by going to fetlife.com, finding my profile, Hunk Hands, like a hunky guy and hands with an S, Hunk Hands. And on my profile, you're going to see a journal entry with the show notes, and that's where you can comment, you can tag friends, you can like, and you can interact. So if you haven't already done it and you want to follow the show, hit that subscribe button and get all the next episodes. And thanks to I Hate This Place for the show music. See you next week.